I'm Trina, and today I am reviewing the To All the Boys I've Loved Before duology by Jenny Han. I really did enjoy this series. I gave the first book 5 stars and the second book 4 stars. They aren't in my all-time favorites, but they are really cute reads that they do what they set out to do. I'll tell you a synopsis of what these books are about, and then I'll get into more of my detailed thoughts and who I think might like these books, but I'm not going to get into spoilers. If you want to discuss anything spoilery, we can definitely do so in the comments, but I feel like my series reviews are more of trying to convince you why you might like this series and might want to check it out, and not me spoiling things for you. So, spoiler free, and you can use the timestamps down in the description box if you want to skip over or skip to any certain part of this review. So as I said, there are 2 books. The first one is To All the Boys I've Loved Before, and the sequel is P.S. I Still Love You. And the setup of the series is that our main character, Lara Jean, writes love letters to all the boys she's loved before. Self-explanatory title. She's never actually had a boyfriend, but she has felt like she's been in love with some of her crushes, so she writes these letters, and for whatever reason that I can't figure out, she actually puts them in envelopes and addresses them. So what happens? Of course, one day they are sent out to all of these boys, but she did not do it, so her feelings are outed. So she's having to deal with confronting each of these boys who she has accidentally confessed her feelings to. One of the boys is actually her sister's boyfriend, and another of the boys is actually her ex-best friend's boyfriend. There's a lot of awkwardness going on here. Some of the guys take to her letters very poorly, and others are kind of intrigued, and some relationships start to form. I really felt like this first book could have been a standalone. It does have somewhat of an open ending, but I wanted like 2 more paragraphs. I didn't need a whole other book. I think that you could read this one by itself and you would probably feel pretty fulfilled. The sequel was really nice. Like I said, I don't think it was exactly needed, but there were some things that were left pretty open in book 1 that I did want to see explored more, and book 2 did focus on that. Book 2 does see one of the main characters from book 1 kind of disappear, and then there's a new character involved in book 2, so it is kind of fresh material. But what I really liked about book 2 is that it did focus less on these crushes and this build-up, and it focused a little bit more on the inner workings of relationships and also breakups, because there was a character that went through a breakup. They're very light and fluffy reads, just like the Anna and the French Kiss series by Stephanie Perkins, and I would definitely compare these to that series, where the first book is more like Anna and the French Kiss, and then the second book is more like Isla and the Happily Ever, which does delve more into like the ups and downs within a relationship. I actually found both of these books to be very gripping. They're just really easy, fun, fluffy reads. I definitely would recommend them for a summer romance read if you're looking for a gripping book for summer, but book 1 actually takes place throughout the holidays. I think it includes Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's, and they would be really quick reads for the end of the year for winter holidays also. As far as the themes go, like I said, book 2 does focus more on the workings of relationships. I really enjoy books that deal with the topic of first love may not be lasting love, and that second love can be just as great, if not more powerful, because you're having to put yourself back out there again after experiencing heartbreak. It's not that the book is about heartbreak, but the idea is presented that first love may not always be the one. There's also a pretty strong family theme that is presented, because Lara Jean has 2 other sisters and they live with their widowed father. So there is a really strong emphasis on sister relationships, also father-daughter relationships. Another bonus factor for this series is that it's definitely a diverse read. The author and the characters are non-Caucasian. Lara Jean and her sisters are half Korean, so there is a lot of different culture that is explored, their traditions, their cuisine, their fashions. As far as critiques of this series, the only complaint that I've really seen about them is that several different reviews have stated that they think that the character is a bit immature. In fact, I felt like she was acting very, very age appropriately for an actual 16-year-old who had never been in a relationship before, who didn't have a mother to kind of help her through dealing with boys and whatever. She was just very inexperienced and from more of a sheltered culture, so actually I think she was very age appropriate. A lot of YA books might have 16-year-olds, but they act like they're 23, so that absolutely didn't bother me at all. Overall, this is a really cute, light, fluffy romantic read with a lot of swoon. There's some diversity, a lot of family relationships are explored. I would definitely recommend them to anyone who likes contemporary romance or who's looking for a really quick, gripping romantic read. Definitely let me know if you want to read these books, or if you have read them. I would love to know what you guys thought, and let me know who you ship Lara Jean with. Let's discuss it down below. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the comments. Bye!